Hey guys, welcome back. Ooh, it looks like we have our yellow cast back. And I moved my hand and now it's gone. But, I thought I would give you an update. Is my camera fuzzy? My glasses fuzzy? I don't know. Maybe I'm fuzzy. Anyhow, I thought I would give you an update. We had a lovely 4th of July. And lately Loki's been kind of, like, as you guys noticed, kind of pushing and, like, getting all my family back together. Because he says, your family's crap. And luckily, I'm not actually related by blood to these people, so thank the gods for small favors. Actually, it's a great big favor. And yeah, like the aunties, I'm not related to them actually. I mean, we act like we're related, but we're actually not related. We're related through adoption, which to them is not related at all. They tell me I'm not their real family. They've told me that to my face. Aren't they lovely human beings? Sarcasm. One more service I offer. Anyhow, this is not about them. He's been pushing lately to get all my actual family back together to make sure the Greek gods are here and the Norse gods are here. He's very much a homemaker. People don't see that part of him all the time, but family is extremely important to Loki. It is. Not just his, his family through the sacred tales, but any family you have spiritually, he doesn't like you giving up on. I mean, unless they're like really destructive and they made your life crap, then yeah, but spiritual family, he wants that around for you. So he got the got the Greek gods in, and he has the Norse gods, obviously, and have Lysant. I'm sorry guys, it's late and I'm really super tired. Should be asleep by now. And you saw the 2 videos on the good folk, and I was like, And then I did meditation today, and I remembered something, and it was like, I remember a lot of stuff I thought I had made up. And, it turns out I didn't make it up. It wasn't like stuff I made up, but you know how parents be. How they tell you made stuff up, and I didn't make it up. So, they are back in where they belong, and initially I had put the offering outside, because they always tell you, like, traditionally, it depends where they tell you from, to put, like, the bread and milk outside. So I put the bread and milk outside, and then I'm thinking, that's kind of insulting. They're not, I understand the tradition was bowls and, like, other stuff, but then I'm like, that's a wee bit insulting. I'm gonna bring it in. And Loki had been saying you can kind of bring it in, and the Faye in question had said, you could have it on the stove. So I went to bring it in. And it was absolutely, even though it hadn't been out there very long, I guess from the heat or humidity, it was absolutely gross. It was like the milk had already turned and the bread was blah. So I said, you are not getting this. This isn't acceptable. So I got rid of that, and I upgraded to fairy bread. It's Australian. You take white bread and you put butter on it, and then you put sugar sprinkles on it. So I did that, and I had made Mexican hot chocolate, and I had a cup tonight, and I like upgrade that too. I like throw more chocolate powder and some spices and vanilla in it. So I gave him some of that cold, and he was very pleased. And I said, well, from now on you get your offerings inside. That way it's totally private, and the offerings can be as elaborate as we want now. We don't have to worry about waste or anything, because it's the same deals with the gods. Leave out the offering for a set amount of time, and then, you're free. No, you have to make sure you've had this discussion. Don't just give something to the Fae and take it back, and then wonder why all havoc broke loose. You have to have this discussion, and since I actually knew him from my childhood, he's like, yeah. And he's one of the ones I have around here. If I mess up and say thank you, they're okay. They know, like, my brain doesn't operate as normally because when I was about 10 or 11, I got hit by a car and I literally died. So my brain just malfunctions a lot, and a lot of my memory was, like, totally erased. So basic things, you can put them in there and they don't always hold there. Like, I will start rituals, like 7-day rituals, and totally forget, like, by the 3rd day that I was doing a ritual, and it's just, they know to work with me. They know it's not willful. They know it's not me doing it intentionally. It upsets me, but they're like, there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, they're back, and that is really good. And they're getting all settled down, and Loki's like doing all that he almost like fluffs like a fox making a den or something, or a cat, because I also see he's very cat-like. And you know, the one that I said he seems so wild and oh gods, 1 second, I left my front door open. Oh my gods. Yeah, because I went out for his stuff and I came back in and Doodlesworth, let me make sure this is locked. Okay. Okay, yeah, and I forgot. There, the door's locked. Anyhow, where was I? Yes, I have my M&M shirt on. Don't I look fabulous? He is back in. They are all back in. And La Santa said, well, you do have a couple more owed to you. And I'm like, okay. I'm open and receptive at this point because a lot of what you have sometimes as a younger person, if you weren't raised pagan, your family will discount it. And even if you were raised pagan, maybe your like parents or someone in your family just didn't hold the same beliefs, so they discounted it, and then like once you're an adult, they sometimes come back around. So I'm gonna ask you guys for a little bit of help. There's this name in my family that runs around, and all I can remember is I don't know if he seemed like a baker because my Cookie Monster doll seemed like a baker, and this is not just cute baby talk in our family. My one cousin would call what lived in or played with the doll Maku, and I would call Smaku. And I'm like, that sounds like some kind of language. It sounds like little kids trying to say a proper name. And they said it was weird because we never, ever played together, but we had the same exact name and it ran in the family. So it's like, is it a family spirit or something like Maku or Shmaku? Either way, it's like, I did have a problem with pronouncing words when I was little, so maybe I was slurring the word, but we kind of told them too. We told them that he was real, not like the doll was real, but the friend was real. And I guess the friend pretended to live inside the doll. And I have done research from time to time trying to figure out like what culture this would have come from. It would obviously be a spirit that liked kids. It would obviously be a protective spirit because we had a lot of violence in the family. So it would be a protective, nurturing spirit. Kind of the best that he could do for us was to kind of like keep us quiet and entertained so we didn't make the men in the family angry, or some of the women, unfortunately. So yeah, I'd be interested if you have any feedback on that, because I have the International House of Awesome. I don't expect any more for them to be German or Italian. That, and Goddess knows we could not be any of what we were told. I mean, you've seen enough of those Ancestry commercials. I know they're selling you a product, but it's true. You could be told your whole life you're German and turns out like you're Belgian or you're Scottish or, you know, Welsh or something. And it wouldn't surprise me at all because there's a good possibility we're Jewish in my family, which made the Italians in the family blow up. They're like, never! And I'm like, there are Jewish people in Italy. You do realize this, right? And you do realize Judaism is totally different from being, you know, of one of the 12 tribes. There's like a vast difference in there. But yeah, so if you guys kind of like, if that name's ringing any bells, because I'm like, well, I haven't found it in research because I'm trying to spell it and I'm like going for a more German spelling, but maybe it's not that at all. So the word Maku or Smaku, and try to think of like a little kid saying a name, but like really messing it up, because you know how kids are. We had a cat named Shishi, and I would always say Cece. So if I would turn she into C, and it was not she like the band She, by the way, for the people getting really excited. But, you know, I wonder, because I named that cat, and I named her Shishi. And only my mother could understand me, by the way, when I was a little kid when I spoke. And it makes you wonder exactly how many of my friends kids were like, like I had like kids I played with, but it makes you wonder like exactly how many are around you. I think personally they don't care. I think we humans get head up about bloodlines and everything, but I think if they see you can see them, interact with them, they don't care. I think that's, pardon me, why so many kids see things and they think are imaginary, like, because their parents just don't know or don't believe or have been taught not to believe. I'd rather have the parents not believe than, like, jump to a conclusion and say, evil spirit, no. But, yeah, so it was a really good 4th of July. I never did see fireworks. I was going to try to get fireworks on camera, and people around here use most of theirs from the 1st to the 3rd. There were relatively little fireworks here. Walked out to the local park/pool. Nothing. No movie, no fireworks. Walked through town, checked stuff on town. Most of the restaurants were closed except for the DQ. Nobody had fireworks, nobody had a movie. Sorry guys. I like so wanted to like show off the town or like show off a fun event. Sorry. And like with illegal fireworks, by the time you get like your camera and everything and you run outside, it's usually done. I think maybe 1 year I got them, and I got them around either Christmas or New Year's or something, because somebody was really, really setting them off, but usually by the time I hear a barrage and I go out, they're done. But sorry about that, guys. I really wanted to bring you something cool, but hey, it's cool that we have everyone back. And, they were like, you're not afraid of us, are you? And I'm like, no. And if you're lucky and you have of the good folk that you love and you trust, generally they'll keep an eye on things. They won't just let anyone walk up to you. And in fact, okay, he's okay. I'm like looking at him, the main one, as we'll call him. Well, did I mention his initial on Facebook? Yeah, I did. Okay, well, I named him. He is not, but I named him Doulahan because I named them all. They were like, no, you're not getting a name from us. You can name us. Doulahan, actually, when I was a little girl, back like late 70s, early 80s, I was playing outside and some guy tried to abduct me, and he was having none of it. He was having none of it. And he's the one I told you he dresses all in black, has the black hair. Seems to have the anger management problem, but not really. It's just he's not Sunshine and Sparkle Fairy. I mean, he can shine with a gold light, but that's just not his personality. He's not like Tinkerbell hyper. And he's not bad. He's not, evil, scary fairy get you in the middle of the night, but he's more reserved, more regal, let's put it that way. It's just like the sweet, I call them both Granny, and they're happy with that. They're really sweet, and they're kind, and they're gentle, and I think they like children. I think they keep liking you. I think they keep enjoying your company. It's just, as we grow up, we let them go, and then there's like 1 or 2 more, and I know them, but it's like that's the level I'm comfortable with, and I think that they're happy with that level. And for me, you can call them fairies, you can call them gods, you can call them the ancestors. They are pleasingly vague when you ask. But they're good to you. They're now that he's, back where he belongs, he's fine. He's calmed down quite a bit. But, yeah, I would say, though, and as he very kindly warned me, like, once you give them something, no backsies. Now that I've said, okay, yeah, it's high time you came back into my life. No backsies, no, okay, you're starting to freak me out now or something. And I've noticed, like, a lot of activity around me all day today, like out in the woods and in the house and that. I'm like, it's okay. They're a little wound up that they're back home. But yeah, it would not be happy fun times for me if I played backsies. That's one thing with the Fae. if you do start a relationship with them, and you say, "Oh, I'll be with you to the end of time," you better mean that. You better mean that when you say it to one, as a sign of friendship or something, because they'll take you at your word. They're kind of like me. A lot of times I take people literally when they're speaking in metaphors, and it like goes right over my head. I understand metaphors. I'm a writer, but you can say something to me and I'll take you literally. And it'll take me 4 or 5 beats, and then my brain will catch up and I'll be like, "Oh, you didn't mean that. You were joking." Okay. But yeah, a lot of times I take stuff literally, which is why I'm a terrible YouTube host, because I will take stuff literally a lot of the time. I won't get the joke, or I'll take like the most negative connotation, because you can't show emotion in comment sections. But yeah, they're kind of like that though. They're kind of like, you should mean what you say. Don't like, say things you don't mean. Don't make pledges that you're not going to keep. Because he was like, "You're sure we're staying? Because, don't tell us we are and we're not. Because if you break their heart, they're very, very dangerous. They may decide that they still love you anyhow, and they're going to take you away. and you'll be found dead somewhere. I mean, I don't want to terrify people, but you'll be found dead somewhere. And they'll be very happy, because they'll have your soul, or whatever you want to call it, off with them. Or you'll just never be found again. Some people say that happens too. They say they take you away, body and spirit. But, yeah, and they're very passionate. They feel things very deeply. So, if you're going to make a promise, be sure you're going to keep it. And I'm sure I'm going to keep it. It's like, I'm sure that the Greek gods are back and everyone else is back. It's not fair to your family that has actually treated you well, as opposed to the crappy living flesh and blood family, quote unquote, that treats me so poorly. Why give devotion to those people when they've caused me nothing but pain, when they're real family for me, that have wanted to be with me, wanted to be back? That's why he was in such a bad mood. But yeah, and Loki's part in all this was making sure the family all got back together and smoothing things over. And I will probably find out in the days to weeks to come some of the stuff he promised or said or something. It's never anything I can't deliver on, but sometimes, Loki, God's bless him, but sometimes to grease the wheels and smooth things over, at least with me, he will lie when he has to, and then he'll be like, did I say that? And I'll be like, yeah, you did. Oh, I lied. Yeah, but I lied for your own good, so it wasn't really a lie. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I like it, the idea I haven't been quite told everything. Like, oh, by the way, now that everybody's settled in, guess what? Guess what I promised, or guess what, you're expected to do. But, I think it'll be okay. And, well, I know it'll be okay. And I'm happy to have everyone here and have everyone back. And like La Santa said, there might be more coming back in. So this is going to be interesting, but I've been remembering stuff, like my memory's been unlocking. And it hasn't been me imagining, because I do discernment with stuff. I'm like, is this wishful thinking? Is this me imagining it? Is this me having heard a story recently? And now I'm having memories, and I'm like, no, you can usually tell the difference. Okay, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.